What's up, guys? Kyle here with Crypto Theory. All right, we are diving today into UMA, okay, a project that really doesn't get a lot of love. It's a top 100 crypto, okay? It's a top 100 project that really just doesn't get a lot of people talking about it. There was a time a couple months ago when it did, and we're going to talk about that here in just a couple minutes. But really, for the most part, it doesn't get a lot of love. Well, guess what? We're going to shed some love on it. Well, I can't say we're going to shed some love on it because you guys don't know if we like it or if we don't like it, but we're going to talk about it, and then you'll get a feel for what our thoughts are on that, okay? So before we dive into this and start talking about UMA, guys, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications so that you get notified every single time that we drop a video, and also make sure to smash those likes for us, okay? Get this video out there. If you like cryptocurrency, get this video out there. And speaking of subscribing, like we just talked about here a second ago, we said that once we hit 2,500 subs, we were going to do a gift card giveaway. Well, I'm happy to announce that we have picked two winners for the Amazon gift card giveaway. So two lucky winners will get a $50 Amazon gift card, and if your name shows up on the screen right now, then congratulations, you have just won a $50 Amazon gift card. Be sure to email us at this right here, and we will get that sent right over to you. Okay, so diving in and talking about UMA a little bit. So you can see ranked at number 72 right now in terms of overall market cap. Okay, so again, it's not a top 20, it's not a top 50. It doesn't get a lot of love, but I think, you know, these projects that are outside the top 50, they still need to be talked about because you can still find some great value in some of these projects. I mean, you can see right here, it's still almost a $2 billion market cap, okay? It's up 6% today at $31, and we're going to show you the charts here in just a second and kind of talk about what's going on with it and everything. And then you can see, I mean, it's got solid 24-hour volume. Circulating supply and max supply really not that high. I mean, 60 million and then basically 100 million in terms of max supply. Not a huge amount considering some cryptos out there have 100 billion, you know, so not really that much. So let's take a look at the charts a little bit, and we've got the max chart on right now so you can see everything. So it's less than a year old basically, and right now it's coming up on a year actually. I mean, opening price started just above $1, and now we're at 31. So I mean, it's had a huge run over this past year, and you can see there's a couple times that it went absolutely parabolic, especially right here. And I remember excuse me, very well when this was one of the, I mean, just major gainers there at the beginning of February, and we're going to talk about why here in just a minute. But I mean, look at that, just going parabolic there for a couple of days, which I mean, just absolutely crazy. So we're going to talk about that here later in this video, but I want to dive right into their website. We'll talk about what they are and why you should care, because look, they might not be a top 10, top 20 crypto, but they deal in one of the biggest and most important spaces that there is. So let's take a look at their website. So you can see UMA enables DeFi developers to build synthetic assets. Okay, so these guys deal in the derivatives market, which, as you're going to see here in just a couple minutes, guys, derivatives are massive. Okay, it's a massive market, and we're going to show you that here in just a second. But let's take a look. It's a fast, flexible, and secure way to create synthetic assets on Ethereum. Okay, very interesting, because look, synthetic assets, what does that remind you guys of? To me, that reminds me of Synthetix. Okay, Synthetix is one of the projects I am absolutely the most bullish on in all of cryptocurrency. Love that project, absolutely love it. I actually just bought more during this dip because really over the last month or so, it hasn't really been doing a whole lot, and it was way down here, you know, just today basically. So I went and bought some more of it because I love that project so much, and I think that it is destined for great things. Well, here's another alternative to that if you like this. And again, guys, these are not professional financial advice videos. This is just our opinions, but it's an interesting project nonetheless because it deals in such a big marketplace. Okay, derivatives are massive, and for anybody that doesn't know what derivatives are, we pulled it up on here to make it more simplified for everybody. So it's a financial product that derives its value from a relationship to another underlying asset. These assets typically are debt or equity securities, commodities, or currencies, but derivatives can assume value from nearly any underlying asset. Okay, so if we take a look at how big the derivatives market is, and this is something, I mean, guys, this is mind-blowing. When I first learned about this a little while back, about how big the derivatives market is, I was blown away. I did not realize how big of a deal this was, and this was back when I was first like researching Synthetix and UMA. Let's take a look at this and see. So let me go back to the top of this page right here, so you can see all the world's money and markets in one visualization. Okay, and this is from about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, 11 months, but it gives you a pretty good idea of everything. So You can see the value of silver of all above ground silver stocks is 44 billion, let's say, using a $17.20 per ounce spot price. So take a look at crypto. Okay, look how small crypto is compared to as you start looking at some of these right here. Now, obviously, this is again based on almost a year ago, so these numbers are definitely not correct anymore. However, it lays it out pretty well for us so we get an idea where it's at. Annual military spending, U.S. budget deficit. Excuse me, coins and banknotes, okay? The Fed's balance sheet, and look at that, 40% has been added in 2020 alone, and actually more than that now because we just had another stimulus package, so that's gone up even more since then. Billionaires, gold, Fortune 500, stock market, money supply, global debt, global real estate, global wealth, I mean, some just crazy numbers, and then we get to derivatives, okay? Gross market value, $11.6 trillion. Notional value, $558 trillion. Okay, notional value right here, $1 quadrillion. I mean, guys, let me say that again, $1 quadrillion. I mean, I'm speechless. I don't even have anything to say about that. So this gives you an idea. I mean, just look at all those little bricks, all those little bars right there that represent the derivatives market, okay, compared to even the one right above it, okay, even this one right here, global wealth, doesn't even come close to comparing the derivatives market, okay? So that gives you an idea right there how large of a market the derivatives market is, okay? So that's why a project like this is super important, okay? Because you're creating synthetic assets, and basically they are playing in the derivative space. It's a DeFi version of that, which is absolutely insane, okay? So that gives you an idea kind of the use case for a product like this. And like I said, I compare this very similarly to Synthetix. And you know what? Maybe we'll make a comparison video coming up on Synthetix and UMA, and you guys can kind of decide which one is the better option for it, okay? But also, we talked earlier about when I had this big run up right here, okay? I had this massive run up right here. We talked about that. And ultimately, why did that happen? Well, if you can look right here and you can see DeFi coin UMA doubles all-time high following meme stock index launch. Okay, so this was right around the whole Wall Street bets thing when GameStop, AMC, all those just went absolutely crazy. UMA actually created they created uStonks. It's a token that's a synthetic that tracks an index consisting of 10 stocks that are the most commented on the Reddit page for Wall Street bets, okay? So as they created that, the price of UMA absolutely skyrocketed. So kind of funny, you know, it's, hey, it worked, right? So ultimately, guys, what do I think of UMA? Where do I think this could potentially go? And again, this is not professional financial advice. This is just my opinion on it, where I think that, you know, this thing could potentially end up at. So as you can see, it's $31 today. We get an idea kind of where it's been going since that huge run up. It did have a pullback, and then, you know, now it seems to have found some support, and it's back on the uptick. Okay, so ultimately, where do I feel that this thing ends up at? Well, I do like this project. I think that it's got an incredible use case, very similar to Synthetix. Do I like it as much as Synthetix? Well, you know what? That's a story for a different video that we will have to do here in the coming days about Synthetix versus UMA. But ultimately, where do I believe that UMA ends up at? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that this ends up somewhere between $250 and $300 per UMA, okay? That might seem crazy now looking at it, saying it's $30 now. Like, how's it going to 10x itself or close to it? Well, if you really look at it, you know, it really wouldn't take a whole lot because, again, the market cap on it's not that high comparative to some of the other ones that are out there. It doesn't have a huge max supply, and the circulating supply isn't massive. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that this thing could get to $250 to $300, maybe more, okay? Again, not professional advice. This is just my opinion, but I think the use case is there. Everything that I look for in a crypto is there to give this a great possibility of going on a major run. So, guys, that's all I've got for this one. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you in the next one.